Hello and welcome to the NHL Best Bets. Yesterday, two playoff games, two picks by us, and here are the results. Boston won in Long Island after overtime. It was very even game. Islanders played reasonably well first period, but then Boston took over. A coin flip turned to the Boston with Brad Marchand swing to the upper corner in overtime. Boston won 2-1 and red in our pick. Then in Tampa Bay, Carolina, road underdog played like they have no tomorrow, and they played reasonably well. Tampa was maybe a bit better team, but this coin flip turned then to Carolina. Sebastian Aho was the pacemaker here, 1 goal, 2 assists out of 3 goals that Carolina made. So Carolina won 3-2, and we got a little bit green last night. Tommy, what's your take out of these games?
Yeah, great to see that green. It's been a while, and now a great game. Well, both of these games, very good playoff games, pretty much exactly as we expected. Close battles, all these sort of things. It was such an entertaining night. New York Islanders, Boston was the one that we picked incorrectly, but I do think that Islanders could have deserved victory. They were better team for maybe half of the game, but then a little bit it turned to Boston's favor, maybe due to if Islanders are getting a little bit tired, or it could also be that Boston simply just had a little bit more energy to play with 4 lines, to roll over their physical guys like Islanders did early on in the game. So it was a very close affair, 1-2 then in the overtime. So I'm not ashamed of this pick. With this sort of odds, we would take this 100 times out of 100 again. And I do think that the next game will be just as close. So let's see how the odds turn out with these. With this pair, Boston now has to lead 2-1, but that's something that was pretty much expected after 3 games. Now let's see how the 4th one turns out. Tampa Bay, the same sort of game as the previous ones. Now the parts had changed, so Tampa Bay was the more active team, maybe a little bit better in the offense to create chances. But Carolina was the team that won this game, so now that series is also 1-2 for Tampa. So Tampa still has an upper hand in this one, but Carolina showed that even if they are a little bit outplayed at times, they're capable of scoring against Tampa Bay, and this is something that will be very big for Carolina mentally, that they know now they are able to beat Tampa Bay. And how Lightning is playing, we never know. So maybe Lightning still has one more gear to shift up in the next game. Maybe not. If not, then Carolina can actually still challenge the Tampa Bay from this series. But we'll see. It was so close game that could have gone either way. Great value for us in the pick. So nice odds, good night of ice hockey, and let's continue with this pace.
Yeah, in Tampa, home team outshoot Carolina 37-27, but new goalie in Carolina, Peter Mrazek, played very well and stopped most of those, all except 2.
Yeah, great play from Mrazek coming back. We were speculating a little bit about the goaltender situation there with 3 NHL caliber keepers. Nedeljkovic, maybe 2 little bit easy goals in the first 2 games, which were pretty deciding in that 1-2 end result. So now Mrazek, a little bit more experienced guy, gone through a lot of struggles in his career. So a great return from him and a great victory for Carolina.
And speaking about goalies, Tuukka Rask was playing like he has been playing in few playoff springs. Boston outshot New York 41-29, and these were mainly in third period shots. So Rask surrendered only once, and that was enough for victory last night.
Yeah, Rask is one of these silent heroes. Nobody remembers he exists because he plays in such a high level all the time. So not a lot of spotlight on him because he's such a solid goalkeeper. But something that Boston Bruins is building their play on, so the defense can rely on Rask at every night, and he gives his team opportunity to win whatever happens. So a great performance again from Tuukka.
Tonight, two more games. Here are our picks. And historically, Vegas against Colorado is the favorite in simulations. So there's some value, first of all, to bet home team, but I think it has never happened that Vegas is favorite against Colorado by simulations that have a little bit downplayed Vegas during the regular season, but here home team has now better chances to make a first win in this series when Colorado is leading 2-0 after 2 home wins. And then Montreal, Winnipeg, like we did 2 nights ago. Again, Winnipeg is clear favorite in simulations and provide also good value with 110 minus odds. We don't expect Montreal to do another upset here, but Winnipeg should even the series 1-1 after tonight.
Yeah, interesting thing there, Vegas favored. The simulations have not rated them much. I do think this might be due to the pace of games where they played every other day now. Vegas may be turning the tables a little bit in the statistics as well. They've gotten a lot of shots on goal, and then they have also scored a couple. In simulations, not clear favorites, 53% for Vegas. But since the odds are like this, it's a good pick for a home team this time. Colorado 2-0 up, deservedly so. Probably the best team in the league at the moment. But now going to Vegas, this is a game that, like we have repeated during these playoff series, is that the third game, if you're 2-0 up, the third game will be the decider for the team that is the one without winning. So Vegas has to win this game. It's all in for them. They have been competitive, especially in the last game in Colorado. They have all the tools to match this Colorado team. So now it is now or never. Marc-Andre Fleury needs to play his best. A couple of their forwards need to find their scoring again. Colorado could be letting off the game a little bit because they already 2-0 up, even if they don't want to. This is again a mental thing that might happen when you have been a little bit better in 2 games. So very nice value for almost as good team as their opponent. And now when the underdog is playing at home, we do like these odds a lot, and that's why simulations do prefer Vegas this time. Probably not gonna happen many times this season, but now it is time. And the other game in the North, Winnipeg needs to do a lot better against Montreal. They were not good in the first one. They didn't play the way how they won Edmonton Oilers. Now they have to go back to that. Mark Scheifele out from his stupid run. And this might actually turn into the favor of the Winnipeg Jets, who are playing a lot better when they're playing their balanced teamwork-based game, and not these couple of these star players have been up and down this season, maybe not showing the best example at all times. Now there is a couple of hungry guys coming through. Now they have an opportunity. Montreal played extremely well the first game. Let's see if they can keep it up. The simulations think not, so let's see. 62% in simulations for Winnipeg Jets. Nice value still, not much under the 100 line. So Jets should take this one and make it interesting going to Montreal.
Yeah, when we take a look of historical stats in different series, naturally this game 3 in Vegas is pretty much do or die game for the home team. If team is leading on the road after 3-0 game, they have a 97.9% probability to take it to the next round. Only 3 teams in history of NHL has recovered from this situation. But if it's only 2-1, so if Vegas wins the number 3 game, they have 37% probability to win. So Colorado have that 63% chance after this 2-1 situation. So it's pretty much 30% or 35% swing in this one game.
Yeah, that's a massive number when you when you think of the amount of games they're gonna play. So 4 wins, and in one game, if the probability changes 30%, that's a massive swing. So yeah, Vegas does have to win this game.
And same applies for the Winnipeg Montreal. If Montreal takes 2-0 lead on the road, they have 80% chance to win the series, and if it's 1-1, then probability for Winnipeg is 55, so there is even a bigger swing based on the historical numbers.
Yeah, if Winnipeg manages to win this now, it is much more of like starting over, resetting the whole series. So then even if it starts in Montreal 1-1, a lot better situation than going to Montreal when you have 2 losses behind you. So again, Winnipeg, I do think they are enough a better team and good enough to beat Montreal, but they do have to stick to their own game plan that worked and not play the way they did in the end of regular season when they lost 7 games or something in a row. So now the first playoff game they played against Montreal looked a bit like that. So there was a little bit of too long distances, a lot of not a lot of discipline at all. So the players were not doing the things that they are meant to be doing. So I do think that it's been a long nights of video between these games, and they've checked what they did wrong and will come back a lot better this time.
Yeah, Winnipeg will miss some of the key players. Mark Scheifele for the suspension after stupid hit at the end of the game, and then Paul Stastny looks to be out as well due to injury. So let's see how number 2 tier guys are jumping to the opportunity what these injuries and suspension will provide.
Yeah, always an opportunity when someone goes out, someone has to step up. And I do think there are a couple of young guys in Winnipeg that have the chance to show that they belong in this league and in this playoff series.
Yep, right now all the series that have played 3 games are 2-1. Let's see if Colorado Vegas will be also 2-1 after 3 games. We'll be back tomorrow with more analysis of NHL playoffs.
See you tomorrow.